folks. Your Daily News sports team here, and you guessed it, we're talking about sports. With Mike DePilla, I'm Mike McGuire. Diving right in, sir. My question for you today is, can the Bulls win a championship with no All-Stars on their roster?
I'm going to say no. I don't think so. I think they have a good team, and I would have thought so maybe a few months ago, but I don't see them progressing enough to the point where they're going to win a championship.
I agree. The same stuff we were talking about earlier in the year. Who are you going to give the ball to in the fourth quarter in the playoffs? Who's that dominant scorer? A scorer from the low post even? Bulls haven't answered any of those
We've
questions.
seen them lose too many games over the past month to 2 months where they've been winning sizably for several quarters, and then in the fourth quarter just an El Foldo, like the 69 Cubs.
The American Indians win more out west than the Chicago Bulls do. Anytime they go west, they get scalped.
Yeah.
Sorry to everyone out there, but that's the sad fact of it. And I don't see it happening this year. Maybe they're still a year or two away. Still got a good young group of talent.
They do.
Speaking of young talent, for you, sir, who is the most valuable rookie from the Chicago Bears this season?
Well, I love Mark Anderson,
Oh, yeah.
but I think Devin Hester had the biggest impact.
I get it.
Special teams.
I gotta agree. I mean, 7 touchdowns, come on. All right, so how does that project you over a career? Who do you think will have the biggest impact over their Bears career?
Now, I think going into the career, Andrew likes to talk about Anderson as the next Richard Dent.
Oh, yeah. Worked out for us well in Super Bowl 41, let me tell you.
Yeah, he did have the sack.
He did.
He had the one sack.
Yeah.
I like Anderson having a better career than Hester.
I do too. I think he's going to be an impact end rusher, and I'm not even going to argue any further beyond that. He's the man. He's the real deal. I think over the long course, he's the guy to bet on.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Do you see Pau Gasol in a Bulls uniform this season? Speaking of low post scorers.
I don't see it.
No.
I don't see it, especially now with Nocioni injured.
Yeah.
Paxton, you can show me if you want to that you'll make a trade for Paul, but I don't see it happening. Do I think it needs to happen? Yeah, I think they need to have someone like that to be legitimate contenders for a championship, but I just don't see it happening.
Johnny Pax has said time and time again he isn't mortgaging the future to get that one guy who is a good player, but not a world.
He is an all-star. The only thing I'll say is if Jerry West gets really desperate to unload him at the trade deadline and accepts a lesser package, I'm more than willing to trade Thomas. Harris Thomas and maybe the draft pick.
He's in a little trouble these days.
P.J. Brown, right? Yeah. I mean, if he's willing to accept a lesser package, maybe. But if it's going to require one of the Bulls like a Deng or anything like that, or Gordon, forget it.
Fuck it. Absolutely. All right, it's been a while since we've talked about your White Sox, my friend, and I have a question for you regarding their interesting outfield situation and offense situation. Who do you has the best offensive season in 2007? Erstad, Pasednik, Anderson, or Fields?
Talk about the tallest midget.
No doubt.
Right, Pasednik out right now. He's injured already.
Oh, we know you love Scotty
He
Fox.
doesn't come back from injuries well. Forget about it, okay? I think out of those guys, Josh Fields has the highest ceiling. He has the most potential to have a good season.
A lot of growing pains for young hitters in baseball.
Right, what we saw out of the rookie last year.
Unless your name rhymes with Pujols or Abrera.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. The Sox know their troubles of bringing along a rookie in that outfield.
Yeah, so I mean, out of all those guys, I would say Fields has the potential to have the best season.
I gotta say Erstad. I think that guy's still got a few bullets in his gun left. He can play a lot of positions. He's a good athlete, college football player. I think
that college punting really comes in handy as a
veteran. He's a good athlete, and he is a veteran. He knows how to get it done. He's been in the American League forever. I think he's going to have the biggest impact on the White Sox.
He hasn't really put up good numbers in a while. If they're going to ask him to lead off, it could be trouble. But yeah, I think you're right. I think he's got as good a chance as Anderson to put up offensive numbers.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting. It's going to be a real interesting run on the South Side this year.
It is.
Can't wait, baby. Baseball pitchers and catchers reporting next week. A little bit of a lull with the Super Bowl over here, and a little bit of a crying.
It warms up though.
Yeah, can't wait.
Single-digit temperatures.
Pitchers and catchers, February 14th. We can't wait here at the Daily News, and we know you're in the same boat. For Mike, I'm Mike, saying Yahoo for baseball and the rest of the sporting world.